Y'all know this video about to be some serious ass shit just from the title of this video alone. Y'all really do. Anytime start on a black screen, no intro, no script, no nothing, all in one take. It's about to get real. Now you're gonna talk about the whole Sonya Massey situation along with the Black Lives Matter movement going on. And I'm gonna be answering the questions that you normally see asked more than ever before. And we're gonna debunk a lot of them. So let's get started. I want to take the time out first and foremost to acknowledge all the people who support me. I got Asian, Hispanic, Latino, Italian, Australian, Black, White, Indian. I got a whole different fan base, and everybody knows who's played Xbox Live Party with me or been playing football or basketball or baseball with me or just kicking with me in general. Bro, I'm going to always be entertaining. I'm going to always be loving the people because, yo, at the end of the day, I accept everybody because I want everybody to love and accept me. Simple as that. But one thing that keeps getting on my nerves, man, I keep hearing people say all this stupid stuff like, yo, y'all not ready for that conversation, though. Y'all not ready for that conversation. Let's have the conversation y'all keep saying people are not ready for. Number one, the whole black on black crime thing. Let's go through the whole black on black crime thing since people love to talk about that so goddamn much. The whole thing with black on black crime, man, is that you gotta understand this. Once black people, once we became integrated society and stuff like that, a lot of people always wanted to attach, like a lot of white people, even before and out of slavery, they wanted to attach every negative stereotype imaginable to black people. So at that time, you got to understand, the media was still ran by majority white people. So at the time when white people did a crime, it wasn't seen as that bad or as egregious. Or even to this day, it's still presented the same way. When a white kid does a mass shooting, nobody says, oh my God, that was a mass white on white shooting crime. Nobody says that. Nobody says, oh my God, that white on white murder that happened. Nobody says, oh, Donald Trump committed white on white sexual harassment to a young girl. Nobody says none of that. With them, it's just a young man shot a bunch of people. The Columbine shooting. A bunch of young men who were mentally troubled and had mental issues shot a bunch of teenagers. But the thing is, since we are considered to be the minority and stuff like that, every time black people do a crime, the media want to make sure they attach the color to, what we do. They want to make sure they specify us and the crimes that we commit. That's why you always hear stuff like black on black crime, black on black violence. When in actuality, dude, every other race in America does crime too, but it's always specified because every time you say the word crime, they want to be associated with the color black. Anytime you hear about violence, they want it to be associated with the race and the color black, which is why anytime you see a police dealing with a situation with a black person, that always rings in their head and their mind because it's been fed to them and fed to people since childhood so much through the media. This thing about black on black crime, black on black violence. Oh, that's a black person we're pulling over? He may be violent. You know, black on black crime and black on black violence. Even when the guy shot at the Dallas cops, you remember when that situation was going down? When the man shot at the Dallas cops, they said, Black Lives Matter activists shot at the police. But when Sonya Massey said, I rebuke you in Jesus' name, after getting up to boil a pot of water, in the middle of her interrogation after calling 911, because she thought there was hostages in their home, and got shot in the face because of it. When a Minneapolis police officer kneeled on George Floyd's neck and killed him, and there was 3 other people as witnesses that were officers at that scene, they didn't say white officers killed George Floyd. They just said officer killed George Floyd. So when they do it, since they are majority of the media, we get that adjective of having the specification of black. towards our name when we commit something. But for them, it's just, hey, it was just a mass shooting. It was just a school shooting. They don't say white school shooter. They just say school shooter. They don't say white mass shooting. They just say mass shooting. Simple as that. But we've been programmed to see that so much to the point where we sit here and we roll with it and we internalize it, and that way when anything happens with a black person is talking about an injustice, a lot of people like to go to that grab bag in an instant because it's been presented to them and fed to them so much that that's often the weapon that they pull out in the middle of a conversation. And even our own black people are guilty of saying this. Another thing too that's bad about this whole situation is that you gotta understand this. When I hear my black people say, yo, we gotta quit the black on black violence, man, we gotta stop killing our own kind and stop killing each other and stuff, like, bro, you do realize that in this world, people have free will to do whatever they want. Not all white people are racist, not all black people are criminals, not vice versa. It's just simple as that. Not all people are atheists. Not all people believe in God. Not all people can do everything. Not every person is an athlete. Not every person is a photographer. Not every person is a gymnast. Not every person is a musician, a physician, a physical therapist. It's just simple as that. Therefore, when I say, yo, I'm not going to be doing violence and stuff of that sort, that don't mean that there's another person down the street that's the same color as me, same race as me, that will sit right here and agree with me and say, yo, you're right. We got to not do violence. No, they're going to do it regardless. That's what I hate. That's why I hate when black people say, yo, we got to quit killing our own kind. Motherfucker, who is we? I'm not killing nobody. I'm not shooting nobody. I'm not doing harm to no one. Stop judging the whole carcass of black people, the entirety of one race, due to the decisions and choices and actions of a few. That is stupid. And then on top of it all, also another thing that makes the situation worse too, I hear black people say, yo, they're not going to value our lives until we value our lives. That's fucking stupid. Alright, since they're not going to value your lives, so we value your lives, apply that to every aspect of your life from now on. Apply that to every part of your life. Until everybody in the world get a pair of shoes, you don't need to be rocking a pair of shoes. Until everybody in the world start eating, you don't need to eat your next meal. Until everybody in the world get a car, you don't need to get a license to drive a car. You see how stupid that sounds when you actually spur that narrative out? It sounds stupid as shit. And then to add on to a whole situation, when people add to conversation, oh, blacks murder blacks more than anybody. Bro, we really want to go there? The reason why our people, once again, the reason why the media pushes this so much, because if y'all want to bring up statistics of who done killed blacks more than anybody, it doesn't matter if our own kind kill each other for the past 50, 60, 70 years. Every day from now on. I'm going to tell you right the fuck now. Up front. Nobody has killed more blacks than the KKK in slavery through the 300, 400 plus years of slavery, and even throughout the Jim Crow era when we were segregated. People were giving. Bro, it wasn't illegal to lynch black people. It was actually acceptable. Why do you think the KKK was made? We bringing in those statistics, I bet you right now, white people will be on top of that shit by a landslide, and black people wouldn't even be close. Because back then we wouldn't really try, black people didn't care about killing each other. Back then, we were just caring about being free and staying alive. But nobody wants to bring up that statistic, and the reason why they glorified the black statistic so bad is because it's a push away from that. So when you think of a killer, you think of a black person. And to furthermore, people talking about, oh, we gotta stop killing our own kind. Once again, back to what I say. Back to my point. Give me one race that ain't got a killer, a murderer, a rapist, a pedophile, a child molester, an adulterer, anything in it. In every part of the world, every continent, there are a bunch of them. I don't care to what rate, there are a bunch of them. Since people got free will, people can decide what they want to do. And they will do what they want to do no matter what they're told. You got people who don't care about doing right. They're going to do bad. That don't mean you focus on the bad people because of the people. Like, you don't see it right there and label the good people because of what the bad people choose to do. Same thing with the protesters during the George Floyd lockdown era. Bro, the protesters and the rioters and stuff like that is breaking out. For every riot that breaks out, there's a lot of people that are out here peacefully protesting. But it's a lot of people that have co-opted that protest as well. It's a lot of people that have been inside due to COVID-19. They've been tired of being in the house. They're just radical. They're already pissed off. And you mean to tell me those same people that was talking about how they couldn't stand being in the house because they wanted their haircuts and didn't want to wear their face masks anymore? You mean to tell me those people are really not out there causing destruction either? A lot of people have taken advantage of this. It's not just black people causing it. Bro, it's videos of officers destroying their own car, people committing insurance fraud since they see a riot going on. They're doing all this. Like, bro, as a matter of fact, for black people, this is for black people right here. How many of y'all have ever seen a fight going down, and when y'all see a fight going on, black people, they run to those fights because they're trying to see who involved and they're trying to see who fighting. How many times have black people seen a fight and be like, ooh, girl, they fight. Oh, girl, they fighting. Oh, my God. Let's go see. And don't forget the spray paint. Nigga, when have y'all ever seen a fight? When have y'all ever seen black people run to a fight and say, don't forget the spray paint? When have y'all ever seen black people run to and be like, oh my God, hey, bro, that's John and them fighting. Don't forget the gasoline and the rags and letters. My nigga, are you serious? Are y'all dead ass right now, bro? Bunch of stupid ass people out here that only glorified the people who are looting for the wrong reasons. Do I agree with all the looting and rioting stuff that went down? No, I do not. I don't condone it in the slightest. But at the same time, you had more people worried about businesses than they are the men who died. They didn't acknowledge this man dying yet. But y'all worried about, Target. This woman, Sonya Massey, George Floyd, Mike Brown, Eric Gardner, all had targets on their damn backs. Nobody worried about it. But yeah, you gotta think about it. There's businesses, those people don't deserve to take from those businesses. And those police have no business taking away those people's lives. There's two things going on here. And people keep on bringing up Martin MLK protesting. Yo, why can't people protest like MLK? Bro, motherfucker, go do your research before MLK anytime. People gassed him, hosed him down, and he still got killed. And his mother, I think, got killed with him too, 10 years later. The only other person who I know who is more peaceful than Martin Luther King and still got killed, even though it was helping people, is a person that people go to praise every Sunday. People go to church every Sunday and they talk about Jesus, but they act like Jesus wasn't around the same people who was his color and who was his kind, and they still was like, yo, this dude don't do nothing but help people. Let's crucify him. Like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? It's a bunch of dumbass people out here. Bro, just say you're racist and go. Just people just want to see justice and equal treatment, man. That's it. That's all that it is. Not all cops are bad. Not all white people are racist. Not all, not all black people are criminals. We all know this. But the thing is, the reason why people are lashing out, have lashed out, and will continue to lash out whenever something like this happens, is that the people that are in power don't act like it. They don't act like, yo, we not racist. The reason why the man killed George Floyd, there was because there was no respect. And for people who say, oh, we gotta start respecting, we gotta build up and value our lives, we gotta, bro, black people value their lives. It's not like they don't. Just because you got people shooting in Chicago and Inglewood, California, what the fuck do that got to do with me in New York City? What does a person shooting somebody in Chicago got to do with me in New York City? What does a person got to do shooting somebody down the street got to do with me if I wasn't the person causing it? I'm not God. I can't make people change their damn minds, so cut it out with all this stupid shit. It's so sad, man. And I get real heated about stuff like this, man, because I care about justice. I care about seeing everybody prevail, and I like seeing equality in our world, man. And I just hope that we can live in a nation and we can live in a world where we don't have to come to these problems and we don't have to run into this situation anymore. And I don't want to hear people saying stuff about peaceful protests when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling. Colin Kaepernick, he was just kneeling. He didn't set nothing on fire. He didn't nothing up. Well, he kneeled through the U.S. anthem. I said anthem. He kneeled during the national anthem. Bruh, protests are always meant to make people feel uncomfortable. When have you ever seen a nice protest that people like, oh man, those signs are going against what we stand for? I like that. Maybe we should listen to them. No! The whole purpose of a protest is to end the bad things that's been happening in our societies for decades and centuries. Either it's going to be a good one, a peaceful one, or a violent one. Point blank, period. Colin Kaepernick kneeled down, peacefully protests, and got kicked out the NFL. Just like Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf wasn't participating during the national anthem, got blackballed out the NBA. It was peaceful. Now y'all mad because people rioting stuff. And not all black people are causing this. There are videos showing you that some of these cops or some of these businesses are committing insurance fraud. They are faking like their businesses are getting broken into so they collect the insurance money they're using the riots as cover-up. And a lot of these cops are using these riots as a way to demonize Black Lives Matter, bro. It's literally videos of cops out there cracking their own windows. It's literally videos out there. They said a journalist giving little kids spray paint to spray the words "kill pigs," but nobody's gonna focus on that. They're only gonna focus on the people they see rioting in looting liquor stores and stealing mattresses and shit. Like, bro, that shit is stupid to me. It's about as stupid as Miley Cyrus fucking twerking. Like nigga, what is your ass doing dancing during a damn time like this? Take your stupid ass the fuck home. You got dumb ones, but that don't take away from the people who are actually doing it the white way, bro. The media wants to show y'all the bad people so they can dilute the movement and dilute everything that's possibly going on during the protests and during Sonya Massey's protests as well. They want to take y'all minds off it. But pay attention to the good people the same way y'all put as much attention on the bad people. With that being said, I'm out.